Almost every login page you've ever seen is running the exact same query behind the scenes if the application has an SQL database in the background. And if that query isn't built correctly, you don't need a password at all. You just need the right sentence. In this video, I'll show you how attackers turn a login form into a wide open door using nothing but SQL injection. Every time you log into a website, the server runs a database query behind the scenes. Something like, check the users table, find a row where the username matches what you typed, and the password matches too. Here's how this SQL query looks. If both the username and password match, you're in. Here's the problem. If the developer builds that query by directly pasting your input into it, without properly separating code from data, you're no longer just filling out a form. You're writing part of the database query yourself, and that changes everything. Login forms are one of the most common features on the entire internet. Every app has one, and SQL injection isn't some rare edge case. It's one of the most well-known vulnerabilities in web hacking. Everyone knows about it, and it's still incredibly common. If user input isn't properly separated from the actual SQL code, that simple login form becomes an open door into the entire database. So how does an attacker actually break in? The idea is simple. Make the underlying query always evaluate to true, no matter what password is entered. For example, using the logical statement 1 equals 1, you can build a SQL injection payload like or 1 equals 1 and enter it into the username field. The 2 dashes at the end comment out everything that follows, so it doesn't matter what you type into the password field. What's important is that you do enter something as a password, because the front end of the application typically checks that a value was submitted, and only then does your attack actually reach the back end. There's more than one way to do this, and different databases use slightly different syntax. Depending on whether the backend is running MySQL, PostgreSQL, MS SQL, or Oracle, the exact payload will change, so testing a few variations is normal practice. But the 3 core techniques stay the same across all of them. Boolean-based bypass. The attacker crafts input that makes the query's logic always return true and comments out the rest of the check. The password field becomes irrelevant. Error-based injection. The attacker forces the database to throw an error message, and that error message leaks internal information, like the exact database version running behind the scenes. Time-based blind injection. This one is clever. If the page doesn't show any errors or extra data, the attacker injects a command that tells the database to simply wait a few seconds before responding. No error, no visible output, just a delayed response, and that delay confirms the injection worked. 3 different techniques, same underlying weakness, user input being trusted as if it was safe code. Here's the part most beginners miss. Authentication bypass is just the entry point. Once a login form is vulnerable to SQL injection, an attacker isn't limited to just logging in. The same injection point can often be used to extract entire tables from the database: usernames, password hashes, email addresses, personal records. In more severe cases, depending on server configuration, an attacker can even read files directly off the server's file system. A vulnerable login page isn't just a shortcut past authentication, it's a doorway into the entire database sitting behind it. Now you know how a single login form can expose an entire database through nothing but SQL injection. Go practice this yourself on OWASP Juice Shop. I'd bet after just 2 minutes you'll already be saying, "Mom, I'm a hacker." If you want the full methodology for testing login pages, check out my Hacking Login Pages video. See you in the next one.